Everybody get the notification?
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I got Gemini taking notes too, so we'll get some notes after the meeting as well.
Cool.
So we talked about the belief bridge. If everybody still got their workbook, pull that open and go to the first open page. All right. Now remember, this is important. It's kind of hippie language when you talk about dreams, but it's very important in terms of like leadership, which the four of us are. And when I say us, I'm including Ryan. The four of us are leadership at this company. We have to know what not only our dreams are, but the dream of the company so that we can share in those values. But in addition to that, we need to know what the standard is. So if you agree with that bridge, you can't cross that bridge without believing that this is going to help you personally, right? None of us work because we just want to help the company, right? Like we do, but we got to get what we need out of it, including everyone. So we want to make sure that once we've crossed that bridge, we know where we are, right? And our standard is what our company's core values are. And we discussed this, but we want to put it in ironclad. So I like to start with something called identity. The identity of the company. Somebody tell me what that is.
Quality uncompromised, right? In everything we do, not just how well do we install a floor, but how well do we communicate? How well does each department run, right? And we were talking about that in our meeting this morning, right? If we're going to get into doing a better job with social media, I want to become the best flooring company with social media.
Correct.
Right. So if our standards are our standards and they do not change, our standards need to be the same, not just in how Rudy leads a crew. Our standards need to be that way from every aspect, how you answer the phone to how you say thank you to, everything, right?
I always use this quote when I'm speaking to teams. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you care about quality, you care about quality. There's no way you're going to cut a corner on, part 3 that you didn't cut on part 1. We just don't do that here.
So I do have a quick question, Ollie.
Sure.
On the belief bridge, how important is it we know how long that bridge is, each of us? Do we need to also be on the same page as far as timeline?
So what I would say in terms of timeline, I like to use the word mastery. And one of my mentors told me that mastery is being efficient, effective, and self-competent. So as long as it takes for me to get to mastery, I'm on the bridge.
So is it this another way of saying company culture? Developing
not culture, history.
Okay.
History.
Okay.
Yeah, the history of this country, we got here because we didn't want to pay taxes and we wanted to be free, right? So that matters to anybody who comes over, like even when we fail on it, right, where we're paying too much taxes, which I believe, but that's a whole nother story. But we have to understand where our standard is. You only could be critical of a politician who ain't upholding the Constitution. That's our standard, right? So the Constitution is why we got here in the first place and what our practices were at the time that we knew would be right. So that's up to you, Mr. K.
Well, my why is to create a company that has higher standards than any other flooring company I've worked for.
Also transferred to a mission statement?
It can, yeah. Or a motto, something like that. It can.
Yep. Now I understand. Okay.
So our slogan motto on the logo is, it's been so long since I actually put it on there. Quality work by a dependable company.
So if we can reaffirm that somewhere, like precision meets personality is not all my brandable stuff. It's too long, right? It's too many words and no one cares. But internally, we all know what that means.
Yeah. So I same thing, right? I think for me, I always think that we're going to give you a better experience than you ever expected.
We hear it over and over.
And you're going to get an experience that you didn't know existed, not just in flooring, but in construction in general.
Now, as true as all this is, I would say that's further than the value. Our value is quality flooring, right?
So our value is what we offer to the market.
Correct.
Or what we offer to our customer.
Correct. Yep.
And then broken down.
We're staying in the standard. We don't want to move into competitive advantage. So I don't want to confuse the two.
Okay.
I think market's okay, Michael, because the marketplace is where our customers live. So instead of saying, yeah,
that's why it's defined that way. But customer is just as good. But I don't only serve my customers.
So the value, thinking along the standard, that's a good way of putting it all. Not
Correct.
competitive advantage.
No.
Because then that's just becomes a commercial.
That's our style. Yep. That's the style in which we do what we do. So the next piece of the standard, everybody okay with that, or anybody need any more detail?
Good.
On the value?
We're good.
Okay, perfect. As far as the next one, and this is the last one, and this is why I told you not to go there on number one. Our standard is our customer. So for authentic, there is a location component to that because we serve Atlanta, greater Atlanta, and all of those areas. So there is a location component. For Coca-Cola, it would be Globe, right?
Yep.
So Mr. Blocker, give me who we serve.
no, I'm sure we could have known.
We serve homeowners in the greater Atlanta area.
Good enough. Perfect.
And that's anybody, whether they're our customer or not.
There we go.
If they call us, we're going to serve them in one way or another.
So write that down. Homeowners in the greater Atlanta area. That is our standard. Do we serve people outside of that? We can, but that's not our standard.
That's not our standard.
Yep.
You do.
And what I like, what Mike just said is, if you're not our ideal client, we still serve you one way or the other.
Yep. That's why I said not to be confused with ICP. This is not, the ICP is not your standard. It's something else that we'll get into. All right, Mr. K. So whether it's a marketing campaign or operationally, we don't ever move this goalpost. This does not move.
Yeah.
Right. So whether we're talking to an ideal customer or a referral that really ain't our jam, but we're going to do it, standard don't change. Don't move. Cool.
Yep.
Why is that important, Mr. K?
Well, consistency, right? You don't have to sell the best hamburger to be successful. You got to be consistent. People got to know what they're getting.
So if we're serving someone and they're our customer, and then we serve someone else and they're like ideal, they're above our standard, and we're happy with that. But if we're serving someone below our standard, we know it, and we know we got to at least raise them up, at least our level of service to somebody that may not be ideal, right? We got to still serve them at our capacity. We don't lower it because they're not ideal for us, or it's not an ideal job. Like, hey, could you come back for $1,200 and fix this thing? That's not ideal. We still have a standard that we must uphold. So that's where we're at with that. Mr. Blocker, what you got?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to deliver every time. I mean, even if we're talking on the phone and maybe we can't help that person, our standard says that maybe we need to connect them with someone that can.
Right. And give them value, because one day they may be, they could turn around tomorrow and buy a different house.
Yeah.
Or they could turn around tomorrow and inherit a home.
10 years later, they might, have a bigger earnings.
That's right. Or they might dip into that equity line. You never know. So, yeah.
Or they might just see the importance that they didn't originally see after, second thought down the road. They're like, you know what, maybe these floors are more important than I thought.
Yep. So that's this standard. This is why I said it doesn't really figure into competitive advantage. However, if this standard is shared throughout the organization, it becomes our competitive advantage, because most companies don't operate that way.
By default, right? It just automatically becomes an advantage.
That's right.
Just like a lot of other, and we need every little edge we can get, right?
That's correct. That's correct. I mean, if you do it over time, it's about consistency, kind of like the workflows that we're building. We got one of them, but I guarantee you there is more clarity on what those channels are right now. Like, why you don't like doing certain stuff, or why you're not the ideal person. That amount of clarity still gives us an advantage, right? Does Does anybody have any questions or any stories that make sense and drive that home for us?
So, I mean, yeah, I've talked to customers that, wanted, some small repairs done or whatever, and we're just not the right fit. We were going to be way too much for them. So I recommended maybe they stick out a handyman or something for the project. But then I kind of gave them a few tips, to what to look for. I might tell them what type of glue they need to use or something for that particular repair or something. And then at least give them a little bit of information so that they're not completely in the dark when they contact that next person that may be able to help them.
Yeah. Now, in regard to our standard that's been there the whole time, right? It may have not been broken out this way, but we've all heard it before. Buddy, where do you think we may have veered off to the left or to the right, or just miss center on this? And what are we doing to work on that from your perspective?
All right, ask me the question again because I was thrown off.
So in regards to the standard that we have, which this standard has been there, right? It's not unknown to anybody on this call. I'm pretty sure it's known to Ryan too.
Yeah.
Just because I've sat with you guys and it's very clear that you do have very good communication among the leadership team. But where have we veered off, in your opinion? I'm just going to say recently. Let's not go too far in the past, right? And either what are we doing or what can we do to bring it back to the middle, right? So we can sit right where we are, and this becomes our competitive advantage, in your opinion.
So we veered off when we lost focus of who our customer really is. And that's just because that was the direction that we thought would work to grow the company. It didn't. So now we're bringing it back to focusing on just our customer and how to reach them.
Okay, perfect. Mr. K, what competitive advantage do we have just with our standard, not with going?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind, and I don't know if I'm thinking this right, is our closing ratio goes up. I mean, our advantage is we're only talking to people that are willing and able to buy from us. That's our advantage. Instead of trying to make people our customer.
Yeah. Well, we're in Atlanta, right? And I kind of want to go deeper on this. We're in Atlanta. There's a lot of flooring companies, right? If I'm a customer and I'm looking at Authentic, what out of the standard as we have this presented now, right? Not looking at what we've done or not done. If we're here today going forward, what advantage do I have where I'm calling you guys and I'm getting this from day one?
For me, it's easy. It's the employees that work here.
There we go.
This team that we have, the team that we have at Authentic Hardwood, you can't even touch it. And I totally believe that.
And history.
Not just out there in the field, in the office, every aspect, everyone is associated with Authentic Hardwood, our vendors, everybody.
Let's stay on team. What's your perspective on team? Do you think we have that standard shared? And if not, how do we get there? And does that give us advantage from team? Because I agree with team.
I believe that everyone that's on this team wants to see Authentic Hardwood succeed.
That's for Blocker, not UK.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I think that everybody on this team wants Authentic Hardwood to be successful, and in turn, they're going to be successful. Yeah, and I think everybody's working hard at that goal.
That's very important. What you said, you went back to the belief bridge. They want us to be successful, and they know it's going to make them successful. That's very important. Let's not lose sight of that. Okay, yeah. Like we're all for one, but it's also one for all. Let's be real. Like we gotta be okay. Buddy, what you think about that team and standard?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree with what both of them said. I also think that what's so important is what we're doing, the work we're doing right now to get everybody on the same page, everybody talking the same language, and all of us hyper-focused on very specific ways and things that we should be doing as a team.
I think that's why team hit so hard, Mr. K, is because everybody has to want to work together, right? We know we're getting something out of it, right? But we got to want to work together because this is not easy. It's simple. We're going to dial it into 4 departments. Out of those 4 departments, we're going to break it into 3. That's 3 times 4 is 12. We're going to do 1 a month. That's simple. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but it's better, and you'll get more value out of it if everybody's in it. Like, we're doing this for the purpose of getting back to our standard, right?
A common goal.
And carrying that forward. Absolutely. So we just want to make sure we're not only speaking on common language, but we're speaking from our identity, our standard, right? Our value and our customer. Well, as long as we're speaking the same language throughout, sales gets easier, operations gets easier, everybody's carrying their weight and more. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got any questions?
No.
Okay. How are we carrying this forward into our workflow for the week? Have we set that, or do we need to set it? Our workflow session.
We need to set it.
Okay. Because we're talking two things. We want to keep two things top of mind. We don't want this just to be workflow. We have to keep the standard in the conversation. Now, if we get through standard within however long, and I think this just needs to be an open conversation about who we are and what happened in the field or what happened in the sales. Like, report back how we are living out these core values. We have to do it right now because we've been off.
That's the Friday meeting.
Yeah, and I think you should head that. Like, just to keep it all, you talk to everybody up front so you know what's going on. As far as the workflow meeting, I would suggest Mr. Blocker leading that because you got the board. They're gonna come in your office to change things. You know when and why. I think you could head that one. That would be great. But like I said, eventually, maybe 6 months or better, or maybe less, just depending on the team, those could be 15-minute stand-up meetings. They don't have to be an hour after a while. Maybe they're 30 minutes. Maybe they're 20, whatever fits with the team. But for now, I think that hour is very important so we can just lock in. Cool?
Cool.
Does anyone need anything before I sign off and we meet again Thursday at 10:30?
I'd like to take a little deep dive with you on the
Sure.
Friday meeting.
Yeah.
Just you and I. We can do it over the phone. Or we
Okay.
can do it here. It matters.
Just how to run it? How to run it?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. Mr. Blocker, you need anything like that?
I think I'm good for now.
Okay.
I just want to work on this with the guys. And
Have you visited that link for the LSS training?
I have.
Okay. What'd you think when you read just the brief of it?
I mean, I like the idea of it.
It is very involved.
Yeah, I mean, it gives me more knowledge.
Okay, what you need from me?
I'm good. I just need to keep the momentum.
Okay. Yep, that's
You know
what we're
I'm
doing. That's what we're doing.
The momentum that, we just got to keep it going. I think
Yeah.
Ryan's done a really, really good job of focusing on how we're going to market better and I think we all have how we're going to be intentional.
Yep.
Right. I think I lost track a little bit the past year about, well, I don't want to say giving up, but not being as intentional as we need to be to get the results we want.
Yeah.
But,
Well, intentional to me, and you can write this down, but intentional to me just means commitment. You know, we can be intentional in our thoughts, and we all are because we don't want to lose, but the commitment is the action, right? Like, that's why we're setting weekly meetings, that we're committing an hour of our time just to go over who we are. It don't seem like it's nothing, but look at this meeting, right? We know what our standard is. So now we know what we're holding ourselves up to and what we can exceed versus just the bottom. We ain't everybody else. So we can't win playing their game. Right?
Well, I think for us, for me personally, if I'm awake, I'm always thinking, what am I not doing that I need to do to get where I want to be? And I think what I feel good about is now I'm doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it wasn't as simple as do this and you'll get it. It was, I need to do the hard work and I need to do what we're doing right now at this moment.
Yeah.
And it's not as complicated, but for me and my brain, I think I made it harder than it really needed to be. I think the meeting we have this morning, the meeting we're having now, hiring you, these are all the things that I need to do to get where we need to be.
Yeah, because you're the visionary, right? Like, so I told Brian this. I was like, dude, no one knows your business as good as you do. No one. Even the most dedicated employee, the most dedicated contractor, no one knows how this thing ticks. the way you do. No one knows A1 marketing like me. No one knows G1, G4 like me. No one does. They can buy into it. They can believe in it. They can even build it in regards to Jason. He builds all my stuff. I still have to have meetings with him about what the why is and what our purpose is.
Well, and I like what Michael always tells the customer. I want to answer all the questions you don't know to ask.
Hey, somebody write that down. I really like that.
What's that? Say that again, buddy.
He tells the customer, I am here to answer all the questions you don't know to ask.
I'm on.
One of my-
Oh, I thought it was something else. I knew that one.
That's fire, baby.
I'm here to answer all the questions you don't know to ask.
I'm still in it. I'm just gonna tell you that.
All yours.
That's fire. That's a gem right there at the very end, buddy.
Well,
thank you.
And I was just,
So that's in our how.
yeah.
That's in our how. You see what I mean, though? Like that's everybody has experience, but
It's specific.
It's very specific.
Right. That's
Yes.
what I like about
It's how we do it. That's how we do it. That's how we do it.
it. But
But you
yeah,
put the exclamation on it for us, man. I really appreciate that. And here's the thing that what you just did, not even just the answers of what you gave, but stopping us and being sure that we understand that how, because that's literally the how.
I
right?
got it.
You got to stop us if it's not clear. You have to, and that's everybody, each other. We got to stop
will.
us. Okay.
I will.
So if
will.
Buddy is unclear after that phone call, that green, if he's unclear and he puts something on, hey, why is that there? We just got to stop because we got a crazy good answer from just a question at the very end of a meeting, right? Every second of this matters. We got it.
Yep.
That's the gem of the meeting right there. I wrote that.
Golden
Down. I got to keep it. I'm still in that. And
Golden
I'm gonna give you the credit, but I'm still gonna steal it. So
You did.
Thursday, this is a marketing piece. So let's not confuse this with the sales conversation. We're getting it
So
to,
we're talking about from the phone to where?
to the sales conversation, the initial sales
Okay.
conversation. So that's to Ryan, not if Buddy knows enough to sell it. That ain't what we talking about.
Yep.
Because that is an outlier. That is not the standard. So
Okay.
it is very possible that Buddy closes on a call. We're not talking about that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So
But
what
it's
does
to
that
Ryan.
entail from that ring to, okay, let me get you to Ryan. That's what we need on that board before Thursday. And then we'll break it down even further. Cool.
Cool.
If anyone needs anything from me, of course, I'm going to talk to you later, buddy. Just go ahead and text my phone or, give me a call.
I appreciate it.
Thanks so much.
All right.
Thank
If
you.
for whatever reason I don't answer, I will text back, by the way.
What's your number?
404.
Mhm.
And you can text me right now, actually.
Thank you.
All right, guys. Have a good day.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Hmm.